How was Bill Maher?
I love doing Bill's show, man. I mean, I like Bill Maher. You know what it is? Those shows that you watch every week that you actually enjoy and actually appreciate. Like it's just always fun, going on them. And I've never been a one-on-one guest on Maher before. Anytime I've done Maher, I've been on the panel.
So tell me about this clip that went crazy.
That exchange was a little awkward, it felt.
It wasn't. The way the person edited it was awkward. Go scroll up. First of all, should I even shout out the Twitter name that started this? But he put Charlamagne the God crumbles as Bill Maher counters him on Caitlin Clark. Now play the clip. This is the clip that the person edited. It's 1 minute 6 seconds. Now this is 1 minute 6 seconds out of a 4 minute 20-second conversation. Play it.
I think it's the problem that this young woman. There's so many examples where. I mean, black people are very marketable.
Well,
and she seems to have been indoctrinated into this. They don't see it as marketable, so it doesn't matter how hard I work.
Well,
I don't think that's accurate or healthy.
See the cut.
People come into the league and they're like the biggest thing in college. Isn't that a big deal?
No, because A'ja Wilson was the biggest thing when she came out of South Carolina. That's where I'm from. So she was one of the biggest things when she came out of South Carolina, #1 draft pick. And she didn't get all of that. So what do you attribute that to?
I mean, you're saying that's racism.
No, I'm not saying it's racist. I'm just saying that I think A'ja Wilson has a point. I think sometimes when black women say certain things, we should listen, especially her, because I'm not in her shoes.
I don't know, but why was Serena Williams such a big star? Because people like that. They didn't not watch her because she was black, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So where are we with this?
I don't know. I'm just sitting back observing the conversation, but I do think...
You're in the conversation. What do you mean?
I'm not a woman. I'm not
You're in this conversation.
Now, play the unedited 4 minute 20-second clip so you get better context.
This young...
You know what's crazy, though? When I left the show, I said, I wonder what they're going to take from this interview and manipulate online to start a conversation. When all you had to do... When actually posting the in context is just as good of a conversation, if not better.
About Caitlin Clark, because it's similar to that.
Absolutely.
Okay, so there was a lot of controversy because she's not gotten a big welcome there in the WNBA, which is only 20% white. Here's the Las Vegas Aces star, A'ja Wilson said.
South Carolina, by the way, 803. That's where she's from. I'm from the same.
Okay, I know you are.
That's right. Best women's player in the WNBA, Andrew Wilson.
Okay, maybe now. I don't know.
She hasn't been for 2 MVPs.
I don't follow women's basketball. I said it last week. I don't apologize. I don't follow college. I don't follow lots of sports.
Pause this real quick, Taylor.
Just the big three at playoff.
I love this. You know why?
Why?
Because Bill's a brilliant idiot like us.
Yeah.
I don't watch
it
this
at all,
shit. Now,
but I'm going to give you my opinion.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I love that. Let's play, Taylor.
Off time.
Gotcha.
But she said, a lot of people may say it's not about black and white. She's talking about her and Caitlin Clark, and Caitlin Clark getting such a big hoopla. It really is, because you can be top-notch at what you are as a black woman, but yet maybe that's something that people don't want to see. They don't see it as marketable, so it doesn't matter how hard I work. Really? You think that's right? I mean, I would say the three biggest stars, most untouchable stars, are Oprah, Michelle Obama, and Beyonce. And marketable, Serena Williams, Simone Biles. I mean, LeBron James, Michael Jordan. I mean, come on.
Caitlin Clark has a tangible quality that nobody can really quantify, and what that is, just the ability to put asses in seats. Like, you don't know who's going to be a draw, and you don't know who's not going to be a draw. I mean, there's been plenty of, white women basketball players who've come through that have been great, right? But they just weren't able to draw the type of audience that Caitlin Clark has. And I think the other thing with Caitlin, anytime you are a race that is in an industry that usually doesn't excel in that industry, it's going to be more of a spectacle. Whether it's, Tiger Woods in golf, whether it's Eminem in hip hop, whether it's Obama in politics. When you are a race that is in an industry that, usually doesn't have people from that race excel in that industry, it's going to be more of a spectacle.
But you don't think it's a problem that this young woman, there's so many examples where, I mean, black people are very marketable.
Well, ask yourself
and
this:
she seems to have been indoctrinated into this. They don't see it as marketable, so it doesn't matter how hard I work.
Well,
I don't think that's accurate or healthy.
Well, Asia's been in the league for like 6-7 years. She's got 2 MVPs. She's won a couple of championships, but she's just getting a signature shoe now, right? Caitlin Clark's got a $20 million Nike deal already as a rookie. So how do you explain that?
I don't, because this is somebody who apparently, again, I don't know anything about women's basketball, but they said that she broke all the records in college.
In college, yeah.
Okay. I mean, when people come into the league and they're like the biggest thing in college, isn't that a big deal?
No, because A'ja Wilson was the biggest thing when she came out of South Carolina. That's where I'm from. So she was one of the biggest things when she came out of South Carolina, #1 draft pick. And she didn't get all of that. So what do you attribute that to?
I mean, you're saying that's racist.
So interesting.
I know.
No,
It's such
I'm
a
not saying
different
it's racist. I'm just saying that I think A'ja Wilson has a point, and I think sometimes when black women say certain things, we should listen, and especially her, because I'm not in her shoes.
I don't know, but why was Serena Williams such a big star? Because people like that. They didn't not watch her because she was black, right?
Valid point.
Well,
Okay.
Serena's in a white
So
sport.
where are we with this?
yeah.
Spectacle.
Well, furthermore, pause. Furthermore,
Wow.
Yeah, this is crazy, and this is like the problem with the internet is that, and there's a Colin Quinn as a comedian who's absolutely brilliant. He's a legend, and he has this great bit. He was in his new special where he talks about he goes, by the way, what's happening right now? He's doing it live. This isn't real. What's real is the comments, because comments live forever. This performance will live just in this room right now, but the comments and the tweets and whatever about it, those live forever. So people, the whole world thinks that is reality and not this. This is no longer reality.
That's
That is. And it's a crazy warped perspective because that video, which we watch right now, is designed to make you look stupid. And effectively, I don't want to say it makes you look stupid, but doesn't make you look good. This is a thoughtful answer that makes Bill look like he doesn't have the answers. It makes Bill look
He's
stumped.
backpedaling.
He's the one backpedaling, not you.
No, press play. Keep press play, Taylor.
Wow.
I'm just sitting back observing the conversation, but I do think
You're in the conversation. What do you mean?
I'm not a woman.
You're in this conversation.
I'm not a woman. I guess I'm trying to ask, what are you asking me? Like, what is the question you're asking me? Are you asking me, is it racist?
Pause right here. That's what I'm like. What do you? I don't understand what you're asking me right now because I thought I just explained to you why somebody like that would be marketable. And then he made a valid point. He said people did not watch Serena. People did not watch Serena because she's black.
But
yeah,
it's
but what
not really a valid point because she was a black person in a white sport.
white-dominated sport.
And also what I would say is that she played the game. One, the viewing for female tennis was always higher, but two, she played the game in a way that was very exciting.
That's right.
I feel like what Asia's saying is, I don't know, I didn't get it as it was just a racial thing. I just felt like she wasn't marketable, not just because of race.
Yeah, we're having a marketing conversation.
Yeah, but it's like maybe her game isn't as marketable as Caitlin. Caitlin is hitting logo threes. She's the first girl in history to do that regularly. We like logo threes. We like Steph when he does it. We like Dame when he does it.
Right.
We like it when any NBA player is hitting logo threes. Now we have a WNBA girl that does it. Nobody in the WNBA does it with her frequency before.
Yeah.
Not A'ja Wilson.
Which
now,
is women's basketball.
in women's basketball.
Yeah.
Now, there are female basketball players that have games that are far more boring, but they're effective. Those are not marketable. You cannot market Angel Reese's game. It's not exciting to the average
But you
basketball
can
fan.
market Angel Reese.
But you can market Angel Reese because she's great on TikTok. She's great in her ability to engage with people. And she's great in press conferences, the whole thing. So you can market that side of it. But when we're talking about
whopping Caitlin upside the head, basketball play, but still, we like to see that shit.
Yeah, I don't know about basketball play, but go.
Press play, Taylor. Watch.
Is Caitlin Clark's success because she's only white? Is that what you're saying?
Like I said, I think that when you are a race that excels in an industry, where that race usually doesn't excel, it's more of a spectacle. And the fact that she's actually really, really good. Like you said, she broke, the scoring record in college. But more importantly, people watch her. People sit down in seats. They come to games because of her. She breaks viewership records. So, I think all of that plays a part. I don't know why we act like it has to be one thing. It can be.
Pause. Sorry to interrupt you. You already know where I'm going with this. Why was this, if this conversation was about Jeremy Lin, there wouldn't be a question. Just take out Caitlin Clark, put in Jeremy Lin, and then people go, I think people are watching because she's Asian.
We never seen no shit like that before.
But this is the thing where I think like Bill just doesn't know enough about sports, or he just doesn't know enough about the conversation in general. He doesn't know about Caitlin Clark's play clearly, because what he's trying to do is make this a racial issue when it is a race issue about a minority in a sport, which is what you're saying, mixed with a really exciting
she's
play.
really good, and she puts asses in seats. What you said is true, Schulz. People pay attention to the comments. Bill doesn't watch the sport. So Bill's listening to the commentary.
Just listening to the conversation.
And since the commentary is rooted around race, and everybody's talking about race, let me tell you, Deadline said some wild shit. Deadline posted this, and they posted it in context. They didn't post the wild clip. They posted it in context and said, Charlamagne the God gets real about Caitlin Clark's success. Deadline said that I said it was because the WNBA was gay. I didn't say nothing about the WNBA being gay.
Well, I mean,
I didn't say. Holy shit!
Gay.
Hold on.
They must have been listening to the podcast and mistake Andrew
we
for
never
you.
said that either. We never talked about that on the podcast.
Now that you see what outfits they wear to show up to the games, you know who's gay and who's not.
Look, Charlamagne the God gets real on Caitlin Clark appeal with Bill Maher. Among his beliefs that Caitlin Clark's immediate impact on the WNBA is because in a league where the majority of women are black and there's a large number of gay players, she's different. I never said that shit.
Too gay. But they need to throw it in. They need to throw it in.
I never said that. But no, I like Bill Maher's show. I think it's dope. It's just funny that whoever cut that is a big Caitlin Clark fan, right? And it's a white dude. Because I saw him on YouTube, and he was trying to make it seem like racist. I'm not even on the race angle here. I'm just saying that race is a factor.
You're on the race angle, but in a different way.
Yes.
You are making the Jeremy Lin argument.
That's right.
It's just, we never saw an Asian play this type of basketball, be this effective. Asians came out, and they're like, I really want to see that.
Absolutely.
That's awesome.
Yes.
The same, and all of a sudden, it becomes the biggest sensation in New York basketball in the last, I don't know, 20 fucking years, 30 years or something like that. It was absolutely crazy.
Linsanity was crazy. He got a fucking 30 for 30, yo.
Yeah.
For 10 games.
He got
a 30 for 30 for 10 games. How many games did he play? He literally got a 30 for fucking 30 for like 15 games.
It was also that he was from Harvard and he was undrafted. It was...
Nobody cared about
He did nothing, Chris. He didn't even lead them to the playoffs.
Chris.
Did they even make the playoffs that year?
Chris, nobody knows, nobody cares.
I cut it out, Chris.
There's one reason, Chris. It's because he was an Asian guy getting buckets.
Yep.
And not getting buckets an Asian way, where you like shooting some weird fucking jump shot like how Asians play.
Yes.
Like Asians got the weirdest fucking jumpers I've ever
His
seen.
jump
in my
shot
life.
was a little weird, but okay.
Not even, bro. He had nice elbow tucked. He was good to go. He's getting buckets. He's going to the basket. He's talking shit, taking over. I don't know if he's talking shit as a Christian, but still. Point is, he was doing it, and he was doing it for a franchise that historically sucked.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, they were winning, and he was balling out, and it was a sensation in a city with a massive Asian population. I remember during Linsanity, the amount of Asians that were at Knicks games was unprecedented.
Crazy.
You would think it was championship.
Bleep that. That's funny as fuck. But point is, Chris.
Yes.
Okay? The point is, Chris.
They beat me to it. But
That's what you would think it was.
I'm just saying, if he had been the number 3 pick in the draft,
Nobody-
and had played at North Carolina, it'd be
didn't matter.
I'm not saying it's the major part of it.
It didn't matter.
It didn't matter. All right.
didn't
it's all because he was if Caitlin Clark was
Yao
black.
Ming, one of the top.
I think if she was black, to me, I can only speak for myself. It's the way she plays that excited me.
She'd be just another good black basketball.
No. There's something.
Yo, Juju.
It's like what Andrew said.
No. If
It's that pulling from the logo.
Exactly. If she was black and pulling from the logo, it would be the same.
Yeah.
It is, but
I don't think it'd be the same.
No. Well, listen, everything changes, but if she's black and pulling from the logo, we're watching. The fact that she's white and pulling for the logo takes it up a notch because you have the minority that's playing whatever. That being said, if she's pulling up from the logo, everyone's watching.
Yeah.
But like, for example, with Eminem, he was pulling up for from the logo with the bars.
You got to give it to him.
And then he was also white.
He was also white, and that matters whenever you are. And I don't know why.
If you're a casual, If you're a real hip hop fan, you just care that he's pulling from the logo.
Wow, real hip hop fan, you still like that white boy is nice.
No, but that's what I'm saying.
That's what he's saying. What he's saying. He's saying that a real hip hop fan is going to really care about the bars because he's pulling up from the logo, and also care about he's white, but the bars are what's really important.
Right.
The casuals are going, oh, this white guy's nice.
Exactly.
I'll push back on that a little bit. I always said if Eminem was white, he'd be Redman. Redman is phenomenal. I love him. Amazing bars. Fantastic. One of the best to ever do it. But he ain't the biggest hip hop star in the world.
But he was so big that he had a movie.
He had a movie.
Like Redman made it to the mountaintop.
His talent, yes, absolutely. His talent got him to heights that a lot of rappers didn't
How
get
many
to.
rappers got movies? Like
That's right. No, you're right. Successful movies.
Yeah,
too.
exactly.
Yeah.
So being the minority in the thing might take you to the stratosphere, but just
You got to be good.
But just being
gotta
good
be great.
and
Yeah.
doing it different
That's right.
gets you to the promised land.
That's right. I'm not taking nothing away from Eminem. One of the greatest to ever hold a microphone. Tiger Woods, one of the greatest to ever hold a fucking golf club.
Yeah.
Serena Williams, one of the greatest to ever hold a tennis racket. Caitlin Clark, the best, at least as far as we've seen, women's basketball player that I've seen in my lifetime.
Caitlin Clark is the best?
To me, best, well, at least offensively.
Yeah.
Scoring-wise.
I would just say the best
Shooter.
That's what
I'll give it that. Yeah,
just
there
the
you go.
best
There you
three-point
go.
shooter, and we
There you
like
go.
threes, bro.
There you go. There you
Threes
go.
are fun.
There you go.
Steph changed the way that we look at basketball. We really value threes now.
Yeah.
And the fact that we value them, and there's a girl who's doing it like Steph.
And she got the other tangible quality that nobody ever factors in. I haven't heard that yet in this conversation. She's a draw.
Well, it's because of the game, but yeah.
But there's, I don't even know if it's because of the game. There's people out there that got that game that ain't a draw. Damian Lillard is a fantastic basketball player.
That's a great point.
Is he a draw?
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like he's a fantastic
He would have been if he was in a
basketball
bigger
player.
market in the prime of his career. If he had been in New York, yes.
But if he would have been.
Yeah.
If he was a draw, he would have been that in Portland. And I love Damian Lillard. I'm not taking nothing from Damian Lillard.
No, with all due respect for Damian Lillard, who's one of the best basketball players alive, I agree with you. The game is not so distinct like Steph's game was. He can do all the things, but it's not so distinct that you're like, I need to watch this guy play. There are certain guys where you just need to watch them play. Allen Iverson was one of them. Michael Jordan was one of them. Kobe was one of them.
Yeah,
you
Steph.
need Steph. Like
Steph
bro,
turned Golden State. Golden State was not like that before Steph
Shaq.
Curry, yo. Shaq,
dude,
yes.
Orlando Shaq.
Come on, man.
LA Shaq, like where you're looking at absolute fucking dominance.
Yo, when Shaq was in Orlando, they was calling Orlando the East Coast LA.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Straight up. I remember that.
You just never saw a human being move with that agility and that weight. It just never.
We was trying to find LSU games on television.
Right.
Oh, wow.
People don't remember. I remember that because this is before the internet. So you kept hearing about this guy who was like 8 feet tall, 400 pounds, could run the floor. I mean, it's an exaggeration, right? But it's like, I got to see this dude play. We were trying. He was bringing down backboard.
I had an LSU baseball cap.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like sometimes you play a game in such a transformative way that we need to watch.
Right.
Damian Lillard doesn't do that, even though he's one of the best basketball players alive. Kawhi Leonard doesn't do that,
Not
even
a
though
draw.
he's one of the
That's
best
what I'm
basketball.
saying. Yes.
Kyrie Irving
Yes.
does do that.
He's a draw.
You need to watch when
Klay
he's
Thompson
playing.
when he's on the heater. Only when he's on the heater.
Only when he wanted on here he was. But outside of that, you don't like, oh, I need to watch Klay.
But I want to see the clips when he goes off.
Oh, you want to see it. It's
I
crazy.
got to watch it.
Right, and I love Damian Lillard. I think Damian Lillard is fantastic.
One of the best in the world.
That's right. All I'm simply saying is some people, you can have all the talent in the world, and for whatever reason, you may not be a draw.
Patrick Ewing was one of the best basketball players in the world at the time. You didn't need to watch him.
And he was in New York.
And he was in New York, but it wasn't like people would rather watch John Starks get hot.
Yeah.
Or Bernard King,
like-
or Bernard King when he was cooking, which
Back
was a
in the
long
day.
time
Yeah.
ago.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like
You're right. That's a good point.
You don't know what. I don't know why Caitlin Clark is the draw she is. I really don't. I can't just chalk it up to whiteness.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
But she's got a tangible.
Because in college, it felt like she could score from anywhere.
Yeah,
And
I gotta see it.
if you didn't D her up, it was three. Yeah.
Now that wouldn't
Not
be
a
pause.
pause,
That'd be
yeah.
fast forward. She's a
Right.
girl.
That's right.
But what I will say is this. We came from a time where when women would shoot a basketball, they would have to take a step into it because they didn't have the upper body strength to shoot from distance. So if you look at the girls back, like the older girls in WNBA still do it. They don't like do crossover, step back, and then jump shots. They would kind of like have their left foot forward and then like step into their threes. These girls now are doing jumpers like the dudes. Yeah. And we're watching, so our generation is seeing a girl play basketball who used to not have the upper body strength to hit a regular three, hit logo threes off the dribble, step back.
Yeah, man.
How you not going to watch that?
How you not gonna watch that, man? Salute to Kayla. Listen, I like the WNBA. I've been telling you, I like women's basketball. Period. So I'm definitely biased towards A'ja Wilson. I think A'ja is very exciting to watch because A'ja is like she's like a Jokic. Like she's a big woman, right? I'm saying big man, but she's like a big woman. But she'll post you up. She'll take you to the paint, but then she can shoot from long range.
A'ja Wilson. I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about Angel
A'ja
Reese.
Wilson. No,
But to her point, I will say this. I saw Dawn Staley play in person in high school. She had one of the most electric games I've ever seen.
I keep hearing that. I never saw it.
Incredible. And for whatever reason, that didn't translate. So I think that's kind of like a comp to think of. She's gotten that love and appreciation as a coach. But like, I'm telling you, I saw her. I had no idea who she was. It was before our game. And I was like, who the fuck is this?
You know what else, Chris? That's a great point you bring up because that's the other thing, right? When it comes to what A'ja's talking about, the WNBA as a whole has just started to become more marketable.
Yes.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like just the women's basketball, period.
They tried it with Rebecca Lobo and Lisa
Leslie.
There just wasn't enough
back.
interest.
and they weren't compelling players.
Yeah, you can't brand around. It's not branding around the best player. It's branding around the most marketable player.
But it's also consumer interest.
That's what I'm saying. The most marketable player is going to be consumed by the people the best.
Yeah.
So A'ja Wilson is undeniably the best female basketball player alive.
Averaging 28 and 11 right now.
Just an absolute dominant force. But she's not the most marketable player alive in terms of people wanting to see her play the game. If she
so.
No. It's
no, not the most marketable.
That's what I'm saying.
She's marketable.
No, I'm not. No, she could be second. What I'm saying is she's not the most marketable because she played last year and they weren't in 18,000 seat stadiums.
That's true.
And now Caitlin Clark is in and they're doing 18,000 seats.
Yeah, Caitlin's a draw. It's simple. Remember we had these conversations about who's an arena artist and who's not.
Simple. Yo, it's like
it's
that.
not difficult. It's really not
like that.
difficult.
Yeah.
At all. You know. But nah, salute to Bill Maher, man. I gotta go do Club Random. I fuck with Bill. I like Bill Maher. He's like one of the last unapologetically themselves people on television.
Yeah.
Like Bill don't
give a fuck.
Fuck.
Yep.
Bill says what he wants to say, when he wants to say it, how he wants to say it. He don't give a shit.
He pisses off Republicans one week, the Democrats the next week.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I have no problem with it whatsoever in any way, shape, or form. I fuck with Bill Maher.